Hey friends, so today we're going to use some chalk pastels. Notice how I rolled my hands up, my sleeves up, roll my hands. That's silly. Roll my sleeves up because chalk does get messy. I'm going to draw using a crayon, just a line for the horizon, a volcano sitting on top of that horizon line. And then I want to jump right into it with the chalk. You guys are going to get a wet paper towel to wipe your hands off with. And what I always tell my students about chalk pastel is less is more. We don't need to color the whole thing in like we would for crayon because chalk is very, very, very soft and it's great to blend. So we just use a little bit and then we blend it. It never fails. Out of each class, always have somebody that looks like a Smurf because they try to color it like they were using a crayon. And we don't do that with chalk. We use just very little bit. It's an additive process. So that means we just keep adding to it to get the colors that we want. After I've done the water, notice I only did like 6 lines of blue and then blended it in. But once we do the water, then we can do the stars. The stars, you just do a little dash of yellow and then take your finger and just kind of rub a circle around it. And that will create like the appearance that the stars are glowing at night. Next, we're going to grab a brown, an orange, and some greens. So different color browns, or sorry, not browns, oranges, and some different color greens. Different values of them. So light green, dark green, light orange, dark orange. So with the greens, I want to color in the grass. This is a Polynesian island. Polynesian islands are very green because of the rich nutrients that come from the soil. So I'm going to use the light green up towards the top where the volcano is, and then this darker green towards the bottom, to give it a sense of value from going from light to dark. You can add some like little texture lines in there. Try to fill in, not to fill in completely those little black spaces since it is a black piece of paper, but we do want to like get a nice layer of green going from light green to down to some dark green. And don't be afraid to get those edges. Next, I'm going to get that volcano. Start with brown, some stripes of brown, some stripes of green, orange. And when I blend it all together, it's going to give me this really nice earthy color. I add a little bit of green on top of it, like the volcano hasn't really erupted in a while, so it's starting to grow some life on it. You just, as I said, it's an additive process, so you just keep adding more and more. You'll get to a point where you can't add anything else. Like you just won't take it. It'll just become a big smudge. We don't want it to be a big smudge. So once you get to a point, just kind of take a step back, look at it, and then move on to something else. Make sure you wipe your hands. I've noticed with this project, a lot of times people like itch their face with chalk over their hands and then they have chalk face. So wiping your hands with that wet paper towel. I have much bigger hands than you guys did. I used that one paper towel and my hands still came out clean. So moving back onto our assignment, we're going to add a little bit black on the side to give it some shadow. And then we're going to add some white to the other side to give it some light. Like the moon might be on the other side of this volcano and it's shining a light down upon the volcano. So yeah, just add a little bit of white and then a little bit of black on the other side. And it gives us this nice value. right, so the next class, we will add some trees, some palm trees. So notice I'm using a black chalk. I'm drawing the tree trunks with the chalk down towards the bottom. And I'm gonna grab a brown chalk, color it in. Now this, you might wanna use a little bit more because you gotta get it over top of that brown, or sorry, all that green and yellow. So you might have to use a little bit more chalk on that to kind of get it to come out. But I want to color in the tree trunks brown. And you can use black and add some lines across to give it some texture. And then we're going to use tempera paint and some cardboard to make the palms. So I'm going to give you guys, I'm just going to stick with green and yellow. We tried the white. White is a little too much. But to do this, it's pretty easy. You kind of make a star or a fan coming out. And then you just kind of do some letter V's on top of those fans that you made. And you just keep going, adding those lines on top of line to kind of give it that palm look. So see, watch how I do this. As you see, that white is very overpowering. Doing this project with my students, we've just used the yellow and the green, and it turns out pretty good. The one thing I did not add on this that I'll show you guys in class is adding on a separate sheet of paper, cutting out some clouds, and then coloring those clouds in with blue and kind of make them look like nighttime clouds. But I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you guys later. Bye.